Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. My dear viewers, hope everybody is fine. The topic which we will discuss today is about the networking technologies. In this topic, we will discuss the IP address, the MAC address, the domain name system, the Bluetooth, infrared, Ethernet, and Wi Fi. So, this is the last topic of our networking of class 12th. And first we will discuss the IP address, what actually the IP address is, that is Internet Protocol Address. Since in our computer network there are millions of computers in an internet, each computer in an internet is have a unique address called IP address, and that unique address, that is IP address, helps us to identify any computer in the internet. So IP address is unique and it is universal. That is, we can universally detect a particular computer in a computer network, that is internet, with the help of this address. As we can see here in the diagram, we have 4 computers. Each computer is given a unique address called IP address. If we connect more computers here in the network, and those computers will be given the different IP address. The more computers, the more computers we can say we are connecting, the more and more IP addresses are generated. Now, there are actually 2 versions of IP address. Version first is IP version 4. This type of IP version 4, it is 4 bytes in length, that is 32 bits. The other version is IP version 6. It is 128 bits in length, and here is the example of IP version 6. The question arises here is, if we have IP version 4, why we need IP version 6? Since with the passage of time, the number of internet users got very much increased. It was not possible by IP version 4 to give the address to every computer in the internet. So IP version 6 helps us to give the new addresses with the increasing number of the internet users. Or we can say IP version 6 provide us more addresses as compared to IP version 4, and with the exponential increase of this internet users, we prefer IP version 6 over IP version 4. Now, the other address is called the media. It is actually here the media, MEDIA. It is not median. So MAC address, media access control address. This is another address. This is also called the physical address or Ethernet address. It is 48 bits in length. This address is usually given by the manufacturer of the devices that are our like network interface card. It is the card which is associated with our desktop or with our laptop. So once we get the device, these addresses are written in those network interface cards, and these addresses are also called the physical addresses. The another important point is that medium access control, this address works here in the data link layer of the OSI model. Actually, we have 7 layers in OSI model. First layer is physical data link layer, network layer. After that, we have transport layer, then session layer, then presentation layer, then application layer. Here, the MAC address works at the data link layer of the OSI model, while as IP address, which we discussed early on, it works on the network layer. So this is the basic difference between the MAC address and the IP address. It works at IP works at network layer and the MAC address works at data link layer. Now the third slide is about the DNS, called the domain name system. What actually DNS is? It converts the human readable domain names into the internet protocol addresses. That is, for example, if we type in the web browser www.google.com, since it is human readable, once we type it in background, the DNS converts it into the respective IP addresses. This domain name system is also called the phone book of the internet. As here seen in the diagram, how it works. For example, this is a user, a web browser. He types in the URL in the browser www.turnonvpn.org. What actually happens in the domain name system? This goes to the DNS server. The DNS server in turn converts it into the respective IP address. Once the user receives the IP address, the user sends the HTTP request to the concerned server, that is where the server will be located in the internet. Here, this is the address of the server 198.61.190.243. Once it receives the request, that is the server, it sends the response to the user. This is how the domain name system works. Now, what is domain name resolution? The process by which the human readable domain name, that is for example google.com, gets converted into the IP address, that is 173.194, for example 39.78. This process is called the domain name resolution, and the system which does this is called the domain name system. In this slide, we will discuss the technology that is very common, called the Bluetooth technology. What is Bluetooth? Is named after the Harald Bluetooth, the person who have developed this technology. Bluetooth has some basic points we have to remember. First, it has the range of 10 meters, and it is usually used to connect the local devices, like we have to connect the laptop with our Bluetooth mouse, or we have to connect our mobile phone with the laptop, or we can say Bluetooth enabled printer with the laptop. So this type of network we form with the help of Bluetooth technology, and this type of network is also called the personal area network. Bluetooth technology works on two things. First, it works on the radio frequency, and second thing, we should have the Bluetooth software. And Bluetooth network formed by this type of technology is called the personal area network, and it is also called the Piconet. We have another technology called the infrared technology. We will discuss here the difference between Bluetooth and infrared as well. So what actually first infrared technology is? It also helps us to communicate via short range, just like Bluetooth. It works like same, helps us to communicate via short range, but it has the short range less than 5 meters. And second thing is Bluetooth technology, it can penetrate through the walls, while as the infrared signal cannot penetrate through walls, and the data rate is less in infrared as compared to Bluetooth. For example, we have discussed here some disadvantages of this infrared technology, but here they are disadvantages, and we can say in other words they are the advantages of Bluetooth technology. Here infrared technology is blocked by people, walls, and Bluetooth no such things happen. Second thing is short range less than 5 meters, and It is fog sensitive, rain sensitive, weather sensitive, and light sensitive, and it has low data rate as compared to Bluetooth technology. Another concept we will discuss here is the Ethernet. What actually the Ethernet is? Ethernet is a type of network developed by Xerox in late 1970. As we can say, the internet, present internet, is a global network, whereas Ethernet is a local area network. We can say it is a simple type of LAN, and the concept of communication, that is the data is transferred in Ethernet in terms of datagrams. What actually datagram is? It is a self-contained packet of information. It has some fields. Those fields contain the origin of the data, the destination of the data, and what is the type of data. And Ethernet describes the format, the transmit data, and it define the, we can say, the technology which we use in the local area network. Or we can say Ethernet is the older type of network where the data is sent in terms of datagrams from one computer to another computer. Finally, we have the last slide in this presentation, that is what is Wi-Fi. It is mostly commonly used wireless technology in present scenario. So Wi-Fi is the name of a popular wireless network technology that uses radio waves to provide wireless high-speed internet and network connections. For example, here you can see here in the diagram we have the Wi-Fi router, and router is connected with the internet. Once it is set up, it provides the hotspot, and the rest of devices in the vicinity of this very router are connected with the help of Wi-Fi technology. We can say this type of technology is more easy, more convenient to get the computers connected at a particular workplace. It is very easy to set up this very technology and to provide the internet and to connect the different computers with each other. A Wi-Fi uses the radio waves just like cell phones, televisions, radios. In fact, communication across a wireless network works on two-way communication. How it works, we will discuss in brief here. First, a computer wireless adapter translates the data into radio signal and transmits it using an antenna. And finally, a wireless router receives the signal, decodes it. The wireless router sends the information to the internet using physical or wired Ethernet connection. So Wi-Fi is a technology used to connect the devices at a particular workplace. It is more convenient and more easy to set up this type of network at any place without the need of any physical wiring. And this is rather all about the present today's presentation. So what we discussed in today's presentation, we discussed the first we discussed about the domain name system, we discussed IP address, we discussed MAC address, we discussed the Bluetooth. After that we discussed the infrared, the basic difference between infrared technology and Bluetooth technology, and finally we discussed the Wi-Fi. Thanks for watching. Next topic will be about the Visual Basics. We will discuss how we can develop the basic softwares using Visual Basic application. And finally, I request to subscribe, to like, and to share the videos with the concerned students or concerned people so that they will get benefited. Thank you very much for watching.